Standard Quay is a wonderful area. It is actually, when you go there first time, you think you're on a film set because it has got all the character that it had in medieval times. The wharfs, the barns, and it has not been spoilt. And we have got to be so careful that we do not spoil that and that we do our best to retain what is the only place left where Thames barges can be restored. That is important to the history of the country and the history of the area.
Why would you come on any day down here now? What is there to see? You see the occasional person wander down, have a look, and they'll go away again, just for a minute or two. But in the old days, which is only 2 years ago, on a day like this, there would have been constant activity and a lot of people going past, stopping to have a chat, finding out what was going on, learning a little bit about the history of the boats that were moored here. And this is the place that was described as a film set, with lots of things going on here, but it's a bit of a sad film set now, with all the stars having left. Poor old Henry. I mean, in the old days, when the boatyard was active, the boats didn't have their own moorings because the idea is they moved around depending on which bit of quay was appropriate for the work that they had to have done on them. This is part of the issue really with the lack of understanding of what is required in a working boatyard. Not the planners' fault really, they're town planners. They plan towns, they look at land and they look at land use. And what you have here is a site that's based on water. Water which comes and goes and has no land value. You can't develop it. The only thing you can do is let people have access to it. And if you develop the land, you stop people having that access. What you've got here is you've got a connection with the world. Your clients come on the water, and what goes on the water is examples of the work that can be done in Faversham by the people who have built up skills based on the facilities that are here. Yes, it's muddy, but it's muddy and you can have large wooden flat-bottomed vessels here and they can be worked on. What we need the planners to have is a vision, and the vision has to include more than just the land. The vision has to include an idea of the heritage that's connected with that land, because heritage isn't dead. Heritage is living. Heritage connects us with the skills, the environment, the local area and the people who are in that area. And you can't plan for that unless you've got a vision. And you can't just say, we're preserving buildings. I think what might help is if we could perhaps have these barges as listed structures, because then at least maybe the planners would understand something tangible that we're trying to put across to them. But at the moment, they don't seem to be able to get their heads around the fact that this is all connected, that it's not just a piece of land. It's an idea, it's history, it's people, and you sever that at your peril. It's very, very fragile. It's built up over centuries and centuries, and it takes just one small cut of one generation and it's gone.